What's up, everybody? Paul here from the Hoops crew, and I record today a video that is not my usual nuff of the week. It's been a phenomenal round of football, but a really sad weekend for the footballing community as well. Highlighted, of course, by the losses of Robert Walls and then Adam Selwood. And we put together a video early in the year discussing Troy when Troy Selwood passed, and how awful it must have been for Adam, for Joel, for Scott, for the parents, for everyone involved with the West Coast Eagles, involved with the Brisbane Football Club, involved with the Geelong Football Club, involved with the family somehow. And the families had to do it all over again just a few months later. It's an awful situation that the family finds themselves in, and it's a massive loss for football, as is the loss of Robert Walls. And I want to talk a little bit about Robert before returning to Adam Selwood, because I think there's a bigger conversation that we can have around mental health when it comes to Adam, and we'll kind of close things out talking about that. But I want to, I guess, reflect a little bit on Robert Walls and how he came into kind of my life, or my consumption of football. Robert, his career, he was huge through the 60s, 70s. He'd done some extraordinary things representing a range of different clubs. He coached through the 80s and 90s. He finished his coaching career in 1999 with a single game coaching Victoria. He's done some extraordinary things over the years, but me, being born in 1989, didn't really get to see or understand his on-field and his off-field exploits as a player or coach. Where he really first came into my life was as a commentator and as an analyst of football through his Channel 10 work. And of course, he'd been with Channel 7 beforehand, but the television rights kind of changed hands a bit through the early 2000s. 9 and 10 got involved. And it was his work for Channel 10 when I was really starting to consume all sorts of football media and learn more about the game and how it's played, and dive into some of the ins and outs and behind the scenes stuff that makes the game tick. And Robert Walls was a huge part of that. I learned so much about this game from him, and the way he pulled apart footage, the way he'd pull apart a sequence of play and dissect it, and give the viewer a really deep understanding of what was going on, what options the player had, why they did what they did, and how they could potentially, depending on the scenario, do something better. How the coaching might need to be shifted in order to make the team successful. There was a whole range of different things that he brought to the table that were really, really fascinating, and I really valued hearing what Robert had to say. Now, we've learned that in his case, it was an assisted passing. He's been battling cancer for a long, long time, and he'd already previously determined that Thursday was going to be the day. And so I guess in some respects, I'm sure that probably helps the loved ones around him to know and to be able to prepare. But it's never easy, the loss of a loved one. So to Robert Walls' family, all of you who I'm sure are in enormous pain right now, on behalf of myself and I presume the entire Hoops crew as well, we extend our greatest sympathies, and may Robert rest in peace. As we alluded to before, the other person I want to talk about is Adam Selwood. Now, of course, the Selwood family is so intrinsically linked with the Geelong Football Club through Joel, and I think Adam in the end is about the only person, as far as I'm aware, who hasn't kind of come into the official Geelong orbit in some sort of capacity, either as a player, a coach, or both at different points. And so, Adam, I guess for Geelong supporters, those of you, the majority of you who are watching the show right now, Geelong supporters, it's still a really sad day. It's a sad day because we, of course, have lost another individual to mental health and what that then does to someone. I can't imagine what Adam must have been going through when Troy passed away. To be an identical twin, you always hear these stories about an extra special link that connects twins, and I can't imagine the grief that he's been going through. And I won't dare speculate as to what else he's been battling through this time. Maybe he was fine before this and it's triggered something. Maybe he hadn't. I don't know. And like I said, I'm not going to dare speculate. But the grief that he must have been experiencing, probably more than anyone else through the time since Troy's passing, is enormous. And I'm sure in no small part was a part of the reason why the news that we're discussing has occurred. And so to him, to his wife, his kids, to Joel, Scott, Marie, like everyone in the Selwood family, to the West Coast Football Club, we all send our greatest level of condolences. We are so sorry that this has happened, and we all wish nothing but the best for everyone going forward. And I guess as we start to kind of close this one out, and there's some video I'm going to play. Oscar Allen spoke wonderfully after West Coast won tonight, and the club's put out a great little video montage to celebrate Adam as well that we'll play as well. But to anyone who's out there struggling, there's no more important time than now to speak up. If you're in a bad place, and I'm sure, to varying degrees, we've all been there at different stages, but if you're in a bad place, there's nothing wrong with asking for help. Sometimes it can all feel too hard, but it's always worth it to ask for the help. So please, if you're in a bad place, if you happen to be watching this, please use your lifelines, use the Beyond Blues. All of those different platforms are there to support, because you are worth it. So please, if you're in one of those dark places right now, please utilize that resource. Speak to friends. There's been so much conversation for many years about, are you okay? Asking your friends that. But I think the conversation's got to continue to evolve, continue to shift, and beyond just that, which is obviously huge. Checking in on people is a massive part of it, but it's now got to smack us all between the eyes and go, are you okay? Like, asking yourself that, are you okay? What do you need? Like, what can you do to get out of this? How can you get the support you need to be in a better headspace? And again, to any of you watching today who are in that sort of headspace, please utilize the resources out there. Ask that question of yourself. What can you do? Who do you need? What is it that's going to help you be better? Because you're important to so many people. We'll wrap this up. There's two videos I'm gonna play. The first one is a montage that was produced by the West Coast Eagles. They put together a range of clips. I have had to mute it. They had some really nice, gentle music go behind it, but I have had to mute it because YouTube will just block the video if I go with it, which is really unfortunate, but that is unfortunately the internet for you. So we'll play that, and we'll just look at some of the incredible moments from Adam Selwood's career, which is he's been huge to so many people. You can see what he did here as both a player and a coach. We're going to see some highlights pop up, the way he's been celebrated by so many over many years. That's his first AFL goal. I've seen that footage of tackling Luke Power so many times. The courage that we saw through Joel, and we as Geelong fans, we know all about the courage that the Selwood family showed on the field. And Adam and Troy were showing the way for Joel in so many ways as well. Amazing set shot here. Like, a wonderful AFL footballer, a wonderful person, and it's awful that he's gone. There's a few good clunks in here. I'll note that was one of them. I believe there was another one where he got pretty vertical, and we didn't see Joel get off the ground very often. Adam had a more vertical game than Joel. Look at that little soccer. Stevie J. Stevie J would be proud. Here's the other one. Nice sit. Off big Mark Jamar. There he is with his brother Joel. But here we see like the Adam Selwood, the coach, the support mechanism, the supporter, not just the fantastic AFL player, but a premiership player. What a team that was. And as I said, there's one more clip that I want to go through here, and it's Oscar Allen speaking post game about the week, about what has occurred. And I encourage all of you, if you get the opportunity, like these videos, share them, get the word out there, and please do your bit to acknowledge the wonderful Selwood family. We'll play this one because we shouldn't have any issues here.
Talk to me about the moment just before you're all on your own. You put your both arms up and just turned to the cheer squad.
Oh, they've just been amazing, and I know it's great to win a game of footy, but we've lost the legend of our club, and just want to send all love and support to the Selwood family. Mental health is such a massive thing in society at the moment. I've struggled with my own mental battles this year, and I've been so fortunate to have such a great support crew around me to have my back throughout everything we've gone through. I just urge anyone out there who's struggling with anything, please reach out. Helplines, friends, reach out to each other. Because we're heartbroken, and we just want to offer all the love and support we can to the Selwood family in this time.
So well.
It's an awful time. Well said, Oscar Allen. We've seen some wonderful recognitions and a lot of tears this weekend. Please, I'll just wrap things up. I'm not gonna do the usual promotion stuff. You know where to go if you want to check out our content on YouTube or on Patreon. So I just want to finish by saying, if you are finding it hard, please don't hesitate to ask for the help. If you're a friend of the Hoops crew, if you're a consumer of our content and you are finding it hard, we've got open doors. Please message us. We'll talk. We'll do all we can to help. You're a community that we love. You've been incredible to us over many years now. And we value each and every one of you enormously. If you need the help, we'll always be there for you. Just ask. Just ask for help, please. Thank you for watching, everyone. Remain Geelong strong. Rest in peace, Wolsey and Adam Selwood.